When you fly with your bike, the first priority should be packing it safely. Then the second one is likely to be meeting any weight restrictions that an airline might place on you. And I find a big help here is to only take the correct tools and spares with you when you fly. So what are the correct tools then? Well, in my opinion, it is the bare minimum. This is what you should take with you. Now, first of all, obviously, you're going to need to rebuild your bike when you get there. So for that, you're going to need certain tools. For this one, I need a 4, a 5, and an 8mm Allen key. And yes, of course, the multi-tool that I take with me when I ride does have those on, but I do think it's a good idea to take loose ones with you as well. And I also think it's a good idea to try and get your hands on a little portable torque wrench, particularly if you've got a carbon bike with any delicate bolts on there. This one's great, really portable, and it has 4, 5, 6 and a T25 socket on there, and it's preset to 5 Newton meters, which is accurate for everything I need it to be on this bike. The other thing you'll need to do to make your bike rideable is to inflate the tyres. And here you might be presented with a bit of a dilemma. Do you take a track pump to make your life easier, but that is really quite heavy and also is going to need careful packing to make sure that it doesn't damage your bike when you stick it in your bike bag? Or do you make do with your mini pump that's going to be with you in your back pocket when you're riding? Before we answer that question, I will just say, remember that you cannot fly with CO2 canisters. So if you do accidentally leave one in your bike bag, it may be there when you get to your destination. Not every airport security checks for them. But the fact is, you certainly can't rely on it if you did decide to break the rules, which would be kind of stupid. So back to our original question. If I'm on my own, then I will take a mini pump. However, if 2 or more of us are flying, then we'll coordinate the group so that one person flies with a track pump, but not everyone does. So what else then? Well, don't forget to take everything you actually need to ride with, like your saddle bag and then also your mini pump. Then I also think it pays to be prepared and take certain spares with you. So depending on how much riding you're actually going to be doing, something like 3 spare inner tubes seems prudent, as does a spare tyre. Now, it might be that you're going somewhere that has a really good local bike shop, in which case you could buy everything that you need to keep you on the road. But I think it pays to be prepared, and then crucially, this will also stop you wasting time buying an inner tube when what you actually really wanted to do was make an early start and make the most of your holiday. A spare chain and or just a quick link is also sensible, as is a full set of replacement brake pads, so front and rear. Now, hopefully you're going somewhere nice and dry and sunny, but if it does rain and you're riding in high mountains, then you could well burn through a set of pads really, really quickly. So, and if you've got carbon rims as well, then you're going to need to make sure that you get the right pads for those rims, if nothing else, so it doesn't void your warranty. Not much, I'll admit, but then here's why. I think that you should always travel with your bike in tip-top condition. That way you can try and avoid any mechanical problems when you actually reach your destination. And with that in mind, there's probably not all that much point in taking spares. And if you do take spares, where do you draw the line? I mean, do you take a new rear derailleur? Do you take a new rear mech hanger? And then what happens if your freewheel breaks? Or you need new brake and gear cables? It's difficult. So this is what I tend to travel with. I'll also take some degreaser and some chain lube as well, because all it takes is one wet ride and your beautiful bike will look and feel like rubbish unless you've got the right stuff to sort it out. And then that's it. Really very simple. You need to take workshop tools to rebuild your bike, possibly a track pump, your normal ride toolkit and a mini pump, then the bare minimum of spares, and then just a bit of lube and a bit of degreaser to keep your ride rolling sweetly. Now, if you actually want to see how to pack a bike bag, then we've got some great videos on GCN already. If you click up there, you get through to how to pack a bike in this very bike bag. Or to click down there, we've got the budget version, which is the very effective, humble cardboard box. You can get through to that just down there. Finally, do make sure you subscribe to GCN. It's completely free. You can do that just there, or somewhere there where it says subscribe.